Well, greetings, fellow freedom fighters, constitutional casualties, and long suffering taxpayers. Welcome to another episode of 10 Minutes with Kuhle, the only show where the truth doesn't get ridicated and the sarcasm flows faster than ESCOM's excuses. In today's episode, it's brought to you by the letter I for injustice, incompetence, and inexplicable indifferences. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just want to highlight, as you can see, I'm actually recording from a different location. Yep, I'm recording out in EC. Yep, so I just wanted to say before we get into it, I'm truly grateful for some of your comments and some of the kind words. You know, when you do such a job, yeah, it's one thing to speak the truth, and people send messages. Some people send threats, some people send all sorts, and through it all, I stick to the cause of honesty for my love for this country, for my love for you as my fellow countrymen, and don't want to get teary, but that's why I'm a little bit down. But yeah, but people send threats and all sorts, but it's cool. And I think what's most important is us continuing to burn the truth. So let's start off by speaking about, you know, the South African courtroom, which for this week or last week actually had a very interesting case. There was a curious case of the vanishing murder trial. Now, this happened to be in Kuruman in the Northern Cape, September last year. An 81-year-old farmer named Hendrik Venter is brutally murdered. Yes, 81, that's right. The man survived apartheid, ESCOM, and probably 4 decades of SABC programming, but couldn't survive a government that treats rural crime like a to-do list item that keeps getting kicked down the road. And what does our esteemed National Prosecuting Authority do? The institution that's supposed to be the guardian of justice, the watchdog of law and order. They remove the case from the courtroom, just like that. Poof! Gone. The accused, who presumably didn't break into the farm to borrow a cup of sugar, is now walking free, pending more investigation. Because apparently they've just discovered that murder cases require evidence. I know, shocking. But don't worry, senior prosecutors promised to escalate the case. They said it was severe, which is legal speak for we'll get to it eventually, right after our third cup of cappuccino and a 6-week backlog of parking tickets. AfriForum, the civil rights group everyone loves to hate, but who, let's be honest, are the only ones pretending justice matters in rural South Africa. Stepped in like the disapproving parent at a failing school, and rightfully so. Let's talk about the forensics. Because if there's one thing the SAPS is great at, it's losing blood samples and confusing a DNA kit with a lunchbox. They've had a backlog in forensic testing since, well, roughly the time Jacob Zuma learned the word Nkandla. And to this day, they still can't clear it. It's like a national hobby. Collect the evidence, lose the paperwork, repeat. In a shocking revelation, the state failed to even provide a legal aid representative at the hearing. That's right, no lawyer. But don't worry, the prosecutor just shrugged. The magistrate said, cool, and the case was tossed, like leftovers in a load shedding fridge. So, let's be clear. Hendrik Venter isn't the first. He won't be the last. This isn't a one off. This is a pattern, a blueprint for bureaucratic betrayal. The state is watching farmers get slaughtered and responding with paperwork delays. SAPS is treating murder like a minor administrative hiccup. The NPA is putting cases in a drawer marked maybe later, and politicians, they're too busy debating the budget for their next VIP convoy to even pretend to care. And when we point this out, we're told we're fear-mongering. Don't talk about the farm murders, they say. It's divisive. No, what's divisive is allowing killers to walk free while families bury their loved ones. What's divisive is a system that screams racism when it's convenient but whispers indifference when the victims don't fit the right narrative. AfriForum wants private labs to handle forensic work. Logical, right? Faster results, fewer backlogs. But the SAPS, nah, they're like the dysfunction. It's warm, familiar, like a cup of stale rooibos in a government office. Jacques Bodrijk, AfriForum's community safety spokesperson, said that this isn't just an admin fail, it's an abandonment of justice. And he's right. When murderers walk free, not because they were proven innocent, but because the system is too lazy to prove them guilty, that's not a legal loophole, that's state-sanctioned injustice. So, to the NPA, SAPS, in every suite in Pretoria, too scared to say farm murder out loud, you're not protecting justice, you're deflecting it. And every time you shrug, stall, or spin, another family is left with a coffin, a cross, and a case file that will never be closed. Wake up, South Africa. Justice isn't a luxury, it's a right. And if the state don't give it to us, maybe it's time to demand it louder, harder, and with zero apologies. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to have a special ending to the show, but before we end off the show, I just want to say you can sign up to be a member on the channel. It's as easy as, well, it's as cheap as 20 Rand to sign up for membership. Also, please do like, share, and subscribe. Let's share this amongst 5 people to get the truth burning. My name has been Kuhle, and I'm going to leave you guys off with something exceptionally special. If you had to ask me, I thought it was a touching way to end, today's, So let's end it that way. And I think I'm going to play the song for you.
In the heart of the veld where the white skies weep, the soil runs red where the farmers sleep. Plasmortal whispers a tale untold of lives cut down in the fields of gold. They say it's crime, just a thief in the night, but the blood on the land tells a darker fight. Crosses on the fell, white against the green, silent scars of a truth unseen. They call it crime, but the shadows hide a government's hand in a genocide. Oh, Cyril stands with a faltering grin, truth laid bare where the lies begin. The halls of power they turn away while the farms burn bright in the light of day. A cover-up cloaked in a nation's pride, but the graves don't lie where the farmers die. Katie's voice, a fire in the dark, cries for the lost, lights a righteous spark. Crosses on the fell, white against the green, silent scars of a truth unseen. They call it crime, but the shadows hide a government's hand in a genocide. Oh, Cyril stands with a faltering grin, truth laid bare where the lies begin. In the Oval Office, the world's I see, Trump calls out what they don't want to be. Cyril shifts his shame on display as the chants of kill the boar won't fade away. No graves, they say, just a protest cry, but the crosses stand and the truth won't die. From Hopkins lens, the stories told of hearts left broken, of lives grown cold. She walks the hills where the danger grows, shedding light where the darkness flows. The world now watches, the veil's been torn for the souls of the farmers forevermore. Crosses on the field, white against the green, silent scars of a truth unseen. They call it crime, but the shadows hide a government's hand in a genocide. Oh, Cyril stands with a faltering grin, truth laid bare where the lies begin. So sing for the lost, for the blood in the dust, for the truth that's buried, for the broken trust. The fell keeps its secrets, but the crosses remain. A cry for justice in the heart of the pain. Lies more the echoes, a wound that won't mend, till the truth rises up and the lies come to end. Ooh.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I became a bit emotional through that, musical song. It's touching. It's really touching. I've got a couple of tears, so I think this is where I should end the show. Yep, thanks. It's been 10 minutes with Kuhle. Till next time. Bye.